Wait, before you waste money building that idea we spoke about, come let me show you how to validate it in 5 simple steps. Hi guys, my name is Chiamaka. Welcome back to Chi Unscripted. I still like to talk. Okay, so last time we spoke about how you can take your gigantic idea that might be foolish, like a flying pen, and make it make sense. So we broke down the flying pen idea, and then we had something that we could start with and then build towards maybe the flying pen or something else, where we said we could start with possibly recording and summarizing a meeting. So that was like the first tool we spoke about and said we can gradually grow, including AI, in the production, till we get to the final stage that we desire. So now in this video, I'll have to take you through 5 things you have to do before you start your idea. Number one is test that people actually care about your idea. Yes, I know you did a research in the initial, but the research you did first of all was looking for people with similar problems. Yeah, remember the problem was sustainability of a product, but that's not what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is testing that people actually care about our product well enough to exchange their money for it. And what do I mean? Let me give a story that happened. Let me give an instance that happened to me when I first started my career in UI UX and graduating to product design. There was this product I worked on back then. I basically worked on it based off on what stakeholders kind of like wanted and all of that, and the big ideas we had as a team. And then we took this idea, pushed it out to the market. Now, people resonated with the product. They left good reviews, but nobody was buying it. And in one of the usability tests that I carried out, I remember one of the users explaining to me, it was really very sad, but he explained to me that he liked the product, but he didn't see the need for him to exchange his money, for that product. I remember him saying something like, I can't see why I would part with my hard-earned money for this product, or something like that. Now, what happened is that we found a problem of his, but that problem was not problem enough for him to exchange money for it. Do you understand? A couple of times we have such kind of problems existing in our lives. Your life and my life, it happens. But we also have some problems that exist in our lives that we must exchange money for. So what happened was that particular product pained me, really, really pained me because it was one of the first products I worked on getting out, starting out as a designer. So unplanned though, couple of years down the line, I got to work on the project again. And working on the project again, this time around it was successful. So what happened was I changed primary users from what it was before. So before I assumed who the primary users were because I didn't do a proper research. Do you understand? So this time around, I did a proper research on who actually needs this product, and I looked at what value the product was going to add to them. And then by the time we did our research, they were more receptive to it. So before you start your idea, do a market research. Test the waters. It's really good to test the waters before you push your product out into the market. So you can first of all create like anticipation, tell people that, oh, we're creating a waiting list, 100 people that had joined, then we're going to launch the product out to the public. Yes. Now, what that does for you is with like that list, you're now saying if only maybe 2 or 3 people join, you have a problem. Now, of those 2 or 3 that join, let's even say we have 100 join. Now, of the 100 that joins, try to send them an extra email, and this one will be something like, um, yeah, the premium features, try to entice them in premium and stuff like that. And you're just trying to see how many of them are so eager to it. You can even decide to open it up to purchase, early purchase or something like that. Now, the early purchase is even to help you see who are those that are willing to make a purchase for that particular product. If you can't see that, you are in trouble. You are in big trouble. Yes, because it means that nobody is willing to part with their hard earned money for your product. Now, number two is research your competitors. That's the next way you can also test and validate that your idea is something that the market is ready for. So, Google your competitors, check them out. Who is in the same space with me? So, for example, our flying pen, I will check who are those that have created flying pens before, or who are those that have created tools that aid productivity in meetings. So you are trying to see how they're also doing in the market. You also want to check out how well have they survived, have they gone down. In fact, you want to check out what's the percentage of people that entered into this line and filed for bankruptcy. You want to check out those that entered into this line and were successful. I'm not saying you should be preparing to file for bankruptcy, no. But what you're doing is you want to check where they failed and where they succeeded. And the reason why that is important is so you don't make the same mistakes others have made, because it is not helpful if people have told a particular path and then they failed for you to learn from them, but instead you now missed it because you did not do your proper research. So research your competitors. Who are they? What are they? Why are they? And see how they failed and how they succeeded. This leads me to something still in this line, but number three is check for gaps and opportunities. So as you have done a good research on your competitors, what you start identifying is here is a gap in this space, here is an opportunity in this space. So you're trying to see that okay, of the people that has been doing of the people that have been doing recording applications, lots of them, let's say you would realize that, oh, lots of them fail to have um, a summary tool or something like that, which they do. I'm just giving it as an example. You said, oh, they don't have a summary tool. You're like, okay, you do a research and then you ask people, okay, um, would you like a summary tool? Oh, yeah, I really would love a summary tool. You should go in that line. One of the things, again, you can do is you ask people when it comes to productivity in productivity tools in the meeting space, what tools do you use often? They make a list of the tools that they use often. Ask them, okay, what problems do you have with these tools? So you can use that to identify other gaps. If you're seeing that people always have issues when using similar issues when using a particular tool, you should know at that point in time, like, here's an opportunity I can dive into. Do you understand? Now, number four is going to lead me partly to like where what I started in number one.